Hi everybody, for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Anastasia and I'm the artist behind Anastasia Kate Art on Instagram. And today I just had to jump on here to show you some really exciting things that I have received from Craft Resin. And they are reusable silicone cups and tools, oh yes, and a reusable silicone mat, which will honestly be your guardian for capturing any spills that you have and will also keep your work surfaces nice and safe. Now, for anybody who may be thinking what's so exciting about that, honestly, these things will save you so much time in the long run when it comes to cleaning up. And if you're anything like me, I avoid cleaning up because it takes so much time and it can be quite messy. So put it in perspective, I use hard plastic jugs, which I reuse every time, and cleaning them out, along with all of the sticks that I've used for this week, it probably took me about an hour and a half. Using silicone cups, tools, and mats is probably going to halve that time, if that, because it'll just peel off and it is so much easier. You don't have to soak anything massively, you can just peel it off with your own nails. So I'm not going to bore you anymore with telling you all the reasons why silicone mats and cups and tools are amazing. I'm going to show you instead. Okay, so first things first, let's unbox the reusable silicone mat from Craft Resin. Now this I'm really excited for because it is a BPA-free silicone, so it's safe and non-toxic, so then you can create with peace of mind. So far it's a really nice thick material and it's massive, which is brilliant. So it means that you can create those larger scale pieces or multiple small pieces and still protect your work surfaces. So first impressions is that this looks really cool. So it's a nice thick quality, which is brilliant. That's what we're looking for. We're not wanting something really thin and flimsy. And they are very flexible. So it means that it's easy to peel off any cured resin. For scale, if anybody's curious how big the mat actually is, this is a 30 centimeter round piece that I've been working on, and this will mean that you still have plenty of space to put your measuring jugs, your colours, your mixing sticks, and if you spill anything or drip anything, you can rest assured that this beautiful thing is going to catch those drips for you. So next up, we're going to start unboxing the silicone measuring cups and tools. So this I'm really excited for because we love measuring cups and tools. So in the box we have quite a few measuring jugs, which is lovely. Never have too many measuring jugs. And again, the fact that they're silicone just makes life so much easier when cleaning them. So when they dry, you can then squeeze these and then you can then pick out and peel off any of the cured resin that you have in here, and it's so much easier. You don't have to soak them, you can literally just crunch it together and peel it out and it's done, dusted. Just give it a quick rinse through with some warm water just to get any excess off there, and then you're good to go for your next creative project. Another thing I've noticed about these is that they do have the measurements on both sides, so depending on your preference with how you want to measure your resin, we have ounces and cups down this side here, and if you're like me, I prefer to measure in milliliters, and you have the milliliters from here. You've got the 100 up to the 500 ml here on the larger ones. For more of the smaller ones, you do have it ranging from 50 mils up to 250, which is really nice for if you want to create something a little bit smaller in size and not have to use as much resin. Plus the bonus about these measuring jugs is that it's less likely that you will waste resin, which saves you money as well. And then same principle here, we've got 20 mils up to 100 mils. So if you've got anything small pouring, sort of like key rings or bookmarks, where you know that you'll be using very little resin, this is ideal to create those little projects for you as well. And the great thing is when you are pouring, it does have a spout here too, but also you can squeeze them, and it just gives you a bit more precise line too, which is what we like. Then we have these really cute small measuring cups. I like to use these when I'm creating sort of seascape pieces where I don't need as much white pigment. So I put a little bit of resin in here, mix it with my white pigment, and the fact that these are flexible means that if I want to create a wave, I can literally squeeze that and then pour across in the pattern that I'm looking for. And that just means that you're using less resin and pigment, and you're not going to flood the page with it as well. So you have a bit more control using these as well. Next up we have a resin paddle, which is ideal for stirring larger amounts of resin. For the bigger projects I probably use it for the bigger sized measuring cups, and it just means that you can get right into the edges and right to the bottom of the cup too. So then you can mix your resin properly and you won't get any of those pesky streaks. We have 2 of the stirring sticks. These are a godsend again because they're silicone as well. It just means that once the resin's cured, you can just snap it back and the resin will peel off. If you do find it's a little bit tricky to get off some resin, just soak it in a little bit of warm water and then you can just peel it off with your nails. We love stirring sticks, and the fact that they have made life so much easier with it being a silicone is happy days for me. Next up we have, and this is the last thing in the magical box, the 2 Craft Resin Spreaders. And these are fantastic for if you've got a big piece that you need to spread quite a lot of resin over. So an example of this would be if you're doing A4, A3 or even bigger and you want a nice even spread, you can spread your resin along without having to use your hands, and you can get right to the edges because of the thinness here as well, which is ideal. And then if you do notice that you haven't covered up on any of the edges, you can just go around with your nice silicone stick just to push it to the edge on your piece. That's all the goodies that we have received from Craft Resin, and I have to say I'm so impressed and I cannot wait to start using these. So I will have to do another video using all of Craft Resin's wonderful tools and then sort of give a review after how cleaning mission goes with using the silicone jugs, cups, stirrers, paddles and spreaders, and see what we think. But so far, Craft Resin, I am impressed. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.